Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'm participating in the Halloween Town All Things Halloween collaboration, which is hosted by my good friends Dawn from Shabby Meets Bling, Monica from Up All Night DIY, and Annie from Crafting with Indie Annie Jones. Now I'm going to be making a cute little vintage looking ghost witch. So what I'm going to be using is this little decorative finial that I got from Hobby Lobby many years ago. It was black. I painted it with some bronze paint here, and I think it's going to look great to have a little ghost face here, but I got to fill in all these ridges here. So I'm just going to be taking my Crayola Model Magic foam clay, and I'm going to be putting it into all the ridges and getting this all smoothed out so I can make a cute little ghost face here. So I'm just rolling it out, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in all the little individual grooves here. And then I'll have to probably add a little bit more to make it kind of rounded. It's going to be more of an oblong round. Alright, now that I have that all done, I need to add a spot on here where I need to make my features for the ghost face. So I'm just going to take a piece and roll it out, and I'm going to place it right here. I am just taking some water on my fingers and smoothing it in to blend it in on the sides. All right, now that that's done, I am just going to be using my fingers, and I'm pushing in some indents for eyes. Like so. Just kind of pushing in a little bit more. And I'm going to push my finger here for the mouth. All right, the next thing I'm doing is just taking a little bit of clay here, and I want to have a little bit of chin coming out underneath the mouth. And I'm just going to use my little skewer here to blend it in. And I'm also using a little bit of water. All right, now that that is done, I'm going to put some little eyes in here in the sockets. Just going to take some clay and get a couple little balls here. I'm going to put it in there and push it down, flatten it out a little bit, and I'm going to do the other one. Okay. And I know the face looks a little bit crooked. That's because there's something going to be going on at the end when I get everything done, and you'll see why. Okay, so I also went in and did these little indents here just to kind of bring out some more details of the face. I know it might look more like a little skeleton-ish, but that's okay. This is a ghost. I'm just wetting my finger and pushing it in, making these little details on the outer edge of the face. Now I have this little hat here that I got from the Dollar Tree that is going to go on top. It fits over here perfectly. I want to get all of the tinsel off of here because I want to make this hat just a little bit different than it is. It needs to have a bigger brim for one thing. And I do save all my little tinsel, and I will be reusing some of this purple on this project. I'm just trying to figure out how you get it off the thing here. Let me just cut this here so I can figure this out. All right, I have everything off, and this is going to be how wide my brim is going to be. I'm going to mark this here because I need to have an opening. And I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and kind of go around the edges here, get a little bit of a hole, and I'm just going to cut it with my scissors. All right, got the hole cut out, and I can either put it this way or put the hat on top of it, which I think I'm going to go ahead and put the hat on top. So what I did was I cut out some more cardboard here because this does kind of raise it up a little bit more, gives me a little more height, and I need to cover that up with something. You can see how this looks to make it more even, which I'm going to be using some clay later on, but I want to get started on the hat first. So what I'm going to be doing is just taking some yarn that I have here. I'm just going to tack it down a little bit with some hot glue. And I'm going to be wrapping this around just the top part of the hat, the cone part. Really good. I just want to get a base here going. I'm not going to be using this yarn. You could always use yarn because black would be okay, but I have some Halloween fabric that I want to put on here, and it's easier if you have this all wrapped up with something because there's the little ridges on there, and also it's easier if you have more of a solid surface to put the fabric on. All right, now that I got that done, this is my fabric that I have. And I'm just going to be hot gluing this down, just tacking it on, just like so. It'll be kind of like this. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done real quick. And here it is. I am also using some of my Model Magic clay because I want my brim to be more evened out. And I'm just going to be painting the brim because I'm going to be adding some embellishments to it, so it just needs to be a solid color. So I'm just going to work with this and get it all smoothed down a little bit and more even looking, kind of more of a tapered look. Alright, so I'm kind of liking the shape here. I'll work with it just a little bit more. And I'm going to let it dry a couple of days before I do my painting. And I will be painting the bottom of this also. Alright, now that it's all dry, I am going to be painting this. I did a combination of grape, light lavender, and lavender all mixed together to get the perfect color purple. I was trying to kind of match the purple bats on there. It was very hard to do, but I thought this was a nice purple. So I'm going to go ahead and get the top of the brim painted with this and the bottom of the brim, and then while it's drying I am going to be working on painting the ghost face. I did go ahead and get the face painted with my Waverly chalk paint and plaster, and now that it's dry I'm going to be using my black. I'm going to be painting the top part and the bottom part first with black, and of course the face. I'm going to go ahead and get the top and the bottom with a couple coats of black, and then I will work on the mouth and the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and get the inside of the mouth painted with the black. And then I'm just going to do the little balls that I smooshed. Going to paint those black, leave the rest of it with the plaster color. All right, now that that is done, I decided I want to go ahead and just make some little eyebrows on here. I know they don't have eyebrows, but I think it'll be cuter with a little bit of eyebrows here. I did go ahead and put some little dots on the eyes. And I want to go ahead and start working on the finial. I'm going to take some of that purple mixture that I did, and I'm going to go do every other indent down here with the purple. And I also use some tangerine. You can see I think this orange and purple looks really pretty together. I'm going to take some of the plaster color and paint on this little detail here, because I'm going to take that tangerine and put some little dots in there once this is all dry. All right, that is all dry now. And I decided to take some of the tangerine and just paint this little spot down here. And below it, I'm going to use the purple mixture and paint the other little rim. Well, you know, after I painted it with the purple, I didn't like the orange, so I went over it with the plaster, and I went ahead and off camera did the top finial part. Now I'm going to be using the end of my paintbrush, dipping it in the tangerine and making little dots here. And you might notice that I did put a little bit of that plaster color into the mouth area. Let's go ahead and get these dots finished. I think this is looking really cute. I'm also going to be taking some black and putting some dots up here in the purple. Now I know I'm going to be covering up this with a hat. I'm not going to glue it on or anything. So it's more like interchangeable. You can keep it like this if you want, or you can just put a hat on top. It looks cute both ways. Alright, the next thing I'm doing is I took some scrapbook paper that I printed off from Creative Fabrica and I cut it into 2-inch strips. And I'm just going back and forth folding it. I'm going to make a little collar for the ghost. already have a couple pieces already done, and I just hot glue them together. And what I did was I just took some thread and I needled it through, and I have this all ready to go. I did use 6 strips, and I'm just going to attach it, tie it with the thread, and I'll also add a little bit of hot glue to hold it in place. Just trying to get this fixed in the back. There we go. All right, I think that looks really cute. All right, so now I need to work on the hat. You might notice I did decide to paint that black there instead of purple. I am just taking some of my orange glitter tulle and I'm just going to twist it here with some wire. Oh, I did, you might see I did put some purple trim there on the hat first. And I'm just gonna cut this just a little bit off. I'm gonna hot glue it about right here. Okay, I think that looks cute. And I also have some purple glitter tulle. I'm just going to cut off a little bit smaller piece. Just going to crunch it all up. Get it tied up with some wire. Okay. And I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Didn't need it quite as wide. Cut the ends off. And I'm going to rag it up. It's going to be cutting down little slits. And I'm going to hot glue it right there. All right, I also have these cute little glitter balls. I have an orange, a purple, and a black one. These came off of a couple of picks. Just going to hot glue them in place. Okay, I think that looks really cute. Need a few more things though. I got this really cute pick at Michael's, and I want to use these little orange and black tinsel things, and I'm going to cut just a little piece of the black leaves off. And I love the big black leaves on there. I might use that on another project. A little too big for this one. I'm going to maybe glue in about 3 pieces of this orange and black tinsel. And I'm also taking that little spider off of the pumpkin, you notice, because that is my little detail with the ghost. I thought about using some of this on the brim, but I changed my mind. But here's that little cute spider. See, I dangled him down. I just used some of my white thread here and hot glued it. And he's dangling down from the brim, and that is what's making my ghost be very scared. It's scared of spiders. Let's check it out. So I made a cute little vignette here with some of my vintage looking decor. You can see the ghost has got that expression. She's afraid of that spider coming down from her hat. She is so adorable. And I did put that little bit of the tinsel underneath there to cover up that little area. All right, my sweet friends, that's going to do it for the video today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and please be sure to check out everybody's videos. I have the playlist link down below in my description box, along with Dawn, Monica, and Annie's channel links. I want to wish everybody a very wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.